Hello, hello. It's that time of year. The ice is melting. There's tree pollen outside, and the weather can't decide whether it would like to be 70 or like 25. So, I'm dying. If you don't know, I suffer from 3 different disabilities. Yay! Which is why I'm so fucking inconsistent as a streamer. I apologize. I am adjusting the camera. Unfortunately, the air pressure changing with the constant weather fluctuations does very weird things to my circulation. So, during the months of spring, I apologize. It is probably going to be the least inconsistent I'm ever gonna be, but just know that I would rather be here streaming for all of you than dying in my bed like I have been the last week. That aside, there have been some interesting things that have happened in the last week, and I lost my notes. There they are. So, part of the reason that I was gone actually had nothing to do with the fact that it was spring. It actually had to do with the fact that I think I mentioned before I got off the last time, I was gearing up to finally go see Iron Lung, and I was very excited about that. Here's the thing. One of my 3 invisible disabilities is a neurological disorder, and I did not take in account that seeing a horror movie with a condition that gets worse under stress would trigger a 3-day long POTS headache. It's fine. In my personal opinion, it was so worth it. So I actually wanted to kind of talk about the movie for a little bit, because I actually okay, so I'm gonna preface this with, yes, I am a bit of a fan of Mark's. However, I actually have that Unus Annus tattoo because I am a bigger fan of Ethan's. I know, very rare Unus in the wild spotting, okay? Sighting, excuse me. But, I'm actually a bigger fan of Ethan's, so when Mark does something notable, though, I'll poke into it, I'll check it out. He's kind of been a part of my life, whether I've wanted him to be or not. My sibling was always very into Mark when she was younger, so, and as I got older and he mellowed out a little bit, he was, more enjoyable for me. However, despite my appearances as a very alternative girl, I actually don't always find myself drawn to horror. So, and Mark does a lot of horror games, so, if he does something interesting outside of that, or if there's like a horror game that I'm like kind of like, well, then I'll just kind of wait and see what he says. And let him play it a little bit, see what comes out of it. But I do not regularly consume the Mark juice, I guess. I'm not sipping off that bottle all the time. So, with that being said, I went into this movie not really sure what to expect, because of course, again, I'm not a huge fan of Mark. I don't follow his stuff. I hadn't seen any of his like the Markiplier in space thing. I hadn't seen any of that. I've seen little bits of what was it called? Like Who Murdered Markiplier or whatever the fuck. So I wasn't really sure what to expect from him. But I'm so glad I went to go see that in theaters. Even just for the fact that it was sort of unprecedented on its own, like a YouTuber, a content creator who made a movie. That's such a wonderful. I love that. He's living up to his like Unus Annus, you only live once bullshit. Like, I love it. It's great. It ended up being such a phenomenal movie in so many different ways that I kind of wanted to break down a little bit and talk about. So consider this my official Iron Lung review. Where was I? So I actually almost didn't go see this movie. I was talking with my sibling about it, who, again, as I've mentioned, is the big Markiplier fan in my family. And my sibling and their partner, they went to go see it. And they came out and I was like, well, so how was it? And I got it was amazing. That was all I got. It was amazing. Go see it. And I was like, okay, well, maybe if the money comes up, because like, I'm a disabled girl. I don't get a lot of money, and I tend to sort of put my money into my own hobbies and stuff like that, or the stream ideas and stuff like that. Now is sort of sucking a number of my funds away. That in mind, they were like, so do you want snacks when you go to see this movie? And then I saw in my Venmo a little pop-up from my sibling's partner that read, "Go get your lungs ironed." And I'm not even kidding. I can pull this up right now. I loved them. This made me laugh so hard. Yeah. Oh, you gonna go get your lungs ironed. And I thought it was the funniest thing that I had ever seen pop up on my Venmo. So I went and I got my lungs ironed, and you know, I walked in assuming a bare minimum it would be at least a somewhat enjoyable time, like a passable, like, you know, I had read a lot of reviews trying to understand what I was getting myself into, because again, I don't go to see horror movies a lot. I wasn't sure if I was gonna like it, because what I do tend to like in horror movies is very, very specific, like Silence of the Lambs, or I like the first Scream movie, and I haven't seen anything past that, like, because like it's either strictly psychological or makes fun of a lot of the genre, because I find personally that a lot of the horror genre, of course, it's now moving into, it's either like tacky gore or like jump scares, and I don't find it very interesting. I don't find it stimulating or really anything to write home about, if we're being honest. And I was so wrong. I really didn't expect this to be, it is true psychological horror. I do think it's probably made it into one of my favorite movies, to be perfectly honest. Again, expectations were here. They're below the screen, below what my webcam's catching, and they should have been like up here, because the man pulled this movie off so brilliantly. Not only were they able to flesh out the existing lore of the Iron Lung game, which, yes, I did my homework before I went in, as I mentioned. They managed to flesh out the lore, but also as a military child, it was very interesting to see them. They really went in on the specifics of submarine sickness, sort of the madness that you get from being in a submarine for a long period. Because it is one of those things that you don't really hear about, even just like general, what's the word I'm looking for here? General like pitfalls, the dangers of being on a submarine for an extended period of time. Because like, I mean, you don't get sun. There's a lack of vitamin C. You don't get what's going on? Oh, I'm really moving the wrong hand. Anyways, I just caught my finger on the cameras and I was like, I'm moving that hand? Why do I only have one finger? I don't. I'm still getting used to this nonsense, but, yeah, you know, you don't get vitamin C, you don't see sun for a long time. A lot of the times you're down there with, like a very, maybe bare bones crew if you've gotten any, so the socialization is very limited, and you're all just going crazy down there together, on top of things like hot bunking, which wasn't really explored because bro wasn't even given a bed, which is insane, because he was definitely down there for more than a few days. And fires on submarine are actually a surprisingly common occurrence, as well as the number one like reason that people die in submarines. I thought it was such an interesting exploration of actual hazards that submariners do experience. I thought it was very very well thought out, as well as the general like descent into insanity. Oh, okay. I got messages. It's okay. It's fine. I thought there was an emergency there for a short second. I was a little worried. So they explored that. They did brilliantly expanding on the story, as well as generally, like, visually, this movie was significantly better than I thought it was going to be. It actually stood up very well against a lot of modern big budget movies. Like, if you had shown me this with no context compared to something else, I wouldn't have been able to tell you which one had a budget of $3 million, by the way, which was insane to me. I can't believe he only did it on $3 million. That was insane. Safe to say, bro made his money back. Like, visually it was beautiful. I loved the sound design. Whoever did sound design for this, the music was perfect. It had that, like, you know, like deep bassy, gives you goosebumps, but not like in a way that distracts from what's going on. On top of that, most of the movie had a very intricate, like, layered sounds, I noticed. And I'm not gonna mention what my favorite sound was. I just think, so if you go, I don't know if it's even still in theaters anymore, but if you do go to see it in theaters, or maybe you're watching it from home, pay very close attention to sound. It is such a there's just this little one it's perfect atmosphere building, and I really, it's creepy and I loved it. Let's see, I had sound, cinematography and visuals, we did music and sound, Oh, yeah, unexpectedly, again, despite watching Mark a lot, I wasn't sure what to expect from his acting, but he delivers such a beautiful performance. I couldn't believe just his ability to deliver, like, apathy when it was needed, or to deliver rage and fear and just utter, like, genuine confusion. It was so impressive and really just impactful to the narrative visual, like the narrative story, excuse me, whatever the fuck, was beyond what I had expected. And I did go in worried that I would not be able to separate Markiplier from his character Simon. Within the first, like, few seconds. Hi! I am dissecting the hell out of the Iron Lung movie. Welcome to the conversation. But as I was saying, I went in expecting to not have trouble separating Markiplier from his character Simon, but within the first few seconds, I forgot about that entirely. Completely forgot about that. He did such a phenomenal job acting that I couldn't believe it, honestly. So he would definitely, his range was very impressive. I just think he did such a great job marrying this, like, new story with the game lore and his visuals and all of that. It was, a lot of people I know said it was sort of slow paced, and you could call it a slow burn. I don't think so. I think it was paced exactly how it needed to be, because it was truly just this beautiful portrayal of a man slipping into hopelessness, and I think it was exactly what it needed to be. The sense of dread and intensity they wrap up, they sort of wrap up gradually, as they should be, to this beautiful, perfect, like, crescendo towards the end, where we get this wonderful yeah. It's exactly what it needs to be. I also saw that some of the dialogue was hard to follow from the audio, and I think that's intentional. And I'm not going to explain why, because again, if this is something that you want to go and see, that's intentional. If you think the audio is hard to follow, the spoken, dialogue, in points, that's definitely like a choice. Hello, lurker. I love my lurkers. Welcome back. Yeah, I think it's strange because, like, very specifically, people are complaining about the dialogue that's coming from the shitty speaker in the Iron Lung, and that is kind of, it is made to sound shitty. It's supposed to sound like ass, as well as some of the more unusual noises that I have previously mentioned. And of course, plenty of people said it's a YouTube... It feels like a YouTube project. I don't think it feels like a YouTube project. I think those folks are just looking for a reason to shit on this movie, to be honest. And I got like the smallest touch of that, maybe like right at the opening, and then as soon as you're down in the Iron Lung and you're watching the movie, that you forget about that entirely. It's a afterthought after that. So I also saw in reviews, people said that there's no character development, and I think that people are looking for like the traditional, the main character learned a lesson, grows as a person kind of thing. That's not this kind of character development. Character development is just generally, how did the character change from the start to the end, and there's a very drastic, and I will say kind of notable difference in Simon's character development. That's as I've mentioned, it is truly a very poignant, well thought out portrayal of a man sinking into madness and hopelessness, and it is very well. And as I've mentioned, I was very happy to see that this was a true like psychological horror movie. It didn't rely on like gore or jump scares. And yeah, of course, there's a lot of blood, but that's not gore. It's world building, I guess. Everyone's seen the game. It's an ocean of blood. It's unavoidable. But it's dependent on its plot, its sound, its narrative storytelling to scare the shit out of you. And it actually, my Fitbit, so I have POTS, as I've mentioned. My heart rate does weird things, and I wear this to track my heart rate most of the time. And whenever I got done in the movies, by the way, I sat in the chair for like 5 minutes trying to collect my thoughts, trying to like turn my thoughts into words, and report back to my sibling, because of course they gave me the money to go see this movie, and I wanted to give them my like true thoughts, and I was so impressed. But when I got done with it, my watch was like, "Are you having a panic attack? I think you've been having a panic attack." So I think my heart rate topped out. It was like 140 something throughout a large chunk of the movie. Fantastic movie. Overall, I went in with an open mind, and I definitely had it blown wide open. I spent hours afterwards thinking of nothing but the film, trying to figure out the best way to word how I felt about it afterwards. Yeah, and I think it was worth it, even if it caused a 3-day-long POTS headache and a 2-hour-long panic attack. So, worth it. At the end of the day, if you haven't seen it, I do recommend it. If you're curious at all, it is worth the time. I do think. So that aside, that is my verbal vomit review of Iron Lung. And we can move on to other things. Okay. So I guess now we're in like stream plans roundup kind of stuff. I will definitely be here streaming the direct, of course, for the Pokemon Presents Thursday morning. I will be here bright and early. I will be live about 30 minutes beforehand if anybody wants to hang out with me while I do that. I'm gonna warn you. I have I'm a softie. I have a tendency to get overexcited when there's a Pokemon Direct, and there's a very strong chance, especially with this being the 30th anniversary of Pokemon, I will cry. I will cry. I will likely cry at something or get like way too excited. I'm a wuss, okay. When bugs. I'm sorry, no bugs today. That is something I meant to discuss at the beginning. I think I accidentally forgot to note that. Unfortunately, we're not doing bugs this Monday. I had a plan for this Monday in particular, and I had someone back out of I was going to get this, it was like a 55-gallon tank. And I was going to make a giant terrarium for blue death feigning beetles that I thought was going to be fun. But I had found the tank on Facebook Market, and instead of holding it for me like she promised she would, she sold it and then just said, well, you didn't contact me. And I'm like, well, I told you I would reach out on Thursday. And we see where that got me. So, my plans for today were kind of dashed, but I can show off. I actually have, you know what, this is a last minute plan. I do have this little ghost mantis that finally molted. I have, let me see. So I have this ghost mantis. I think if you're in Bella's Discord, I mentioned I have this ghost mantis that I got in October. And the silly little guy hadn't molted, and he's just trying to climb everything else but me. Hi, buddy. Ooh. I've had him for a few months, and I had him for 3 months, and he hadn't molted, and it was making me a bit nervous. If we will focus. He was making me a bit nervous. Thank you. But he was making me a bit nervous. So we got, while I was in Chicago in the beginning of this month, he molted once. And I was like, yay, okay, cool, we're not dying, that's awesome. And then he molted again, like a few days ago. So I don't know what's going on, if he's playing catch up or what, but, he's vibing now. He's doing great. He's significantly bigger. I think I'm gonna have to. I keep deciding. I can't decide if I want to upgrade him now, because as I said, he's getting kind of big. You can see him here. He's getting a little big for his little cube. Let's see if it'll focus on him. He's doing dances. Oh, he's facing me. What you doing, bud? But he molted twice, and it almost seems like he's positioning to molt again. So I am a little worried, but I don't know. He seems active. He seems to be doing well. That aside, I think that's really all I have to talk about for bugs this week. We haven't had a lot happen. I do have a tank for Miss Lulu, the pregnant scorpion. Why are you eyeing me like I'm food? Okay. I have a tank. I have a 20-gallon for Miss Lulu, so that whenever the babies come, he is a cutie. Yeah, I've got a 20-gallon tank for whenever Miss Lulu comes, so that no, from whenever Miss Lulu and her babies come, that I need to set up and, you know, transplant her into, but I, had considered that as a backup for today, but, I was sitting here, like, 1 hour at a stream, like, how am I gonna film that? It's a 20-gallon tank, and I think I could fit it on my desk, but then nothing else would fit on my desk, so, so I'm trying to figure that out, and that will probably be next Monday. Maybe I'll get a better, like, lapel mic by then, because the one that I have, is, abysmal. I'm never using that one again. That can go to somebody who has, like, absolutely nothing else. That's what that's for. Um, but anyways, back to Pokemon. So, as I mentioned, yeah, I will be streaming the direct. You know, I'll be live 30 minutes prior. I don't know what I'll have to talk about, but maybe I'll come up with something for like show and tell or something. Maybe you'll get a little bit about like my history with Pokemon or something cute for like 30 minutes to talk about. If I am also considering whether, of course, you know, they dropped pre-orders for the Fire Red Leaf Green ports. I am trying to find out, and I don't think we'll find out till the day of whether the old C map is going to be native to that game, like how the old Gold and Silver, like when they did those for the 20th anniversary, those ports had the GS ball built into it so you could hunt Celebi. Of course. See you next time. Yeah, I'm trying to find out if those particular event items are going to be built into this one or not, because if that is the case, I would like to shiny hunt Mew. Is it going to take for fucking ever? Yeah, absolutely. I'm gonna shoot myself in the leg. But I think that'll probably be the only case in which I actually play Fire Red or Leaf Green on stream, to be honest with you. I don't have the motivation to play those, and I think if I'm gonna do that, I can't decide. I have thought about just playing it off stream, and then streaming the shiny hunting portion, or potentially doing a Professor Oak's challenge with that one. Which, if you don't know what that is where you will catch all of the Pokemon available in Pokédex before you get to a gym leader, and you keep doing that between each gym. And that's a possibility, but I also think I'm gonna put you back because you look like you're eyeing my finger for lunch. I need to get them crickets. I need to get him some crickets. Yeah, there you go. There he goes. But yeah, I can't decide whether I would like to do the Professor Oak's challenge or if I just want to do the shiny hunt. And again, this is contingent on whether or not the old C chart's even in it. I don't know if I want to buy it at this point. I have no issues with the price. $20 is $20. It's fine. Again, I spent more than that going to the movies, and the movies last me significantly longer. So I don't understand why everyone's butthurt about $20 for a game that was $30 when it released. By the way, everyone seems to have forgotten about that. That aside, because I'm not taking input on that one. I'm sorry, I don't understand that one. I don't know if I'm going to stream it or not, because there is a lot coming right in this moment in time, because I also want to do the Pokopia and Tomodachi Life, and I think those are like back to back, and I'm still trying to finish the Nuzlocke on top of that, and I would like to get back to my Metal Rally. So I don't know when that's gonna happen. But I have stuff to stream, so I think that will really that'll depend on some things. But that aside, I think it is time for us to get back into Nuzlocke stuff, and I'm going to we're gonna switch. Whoops, that was not what I meant to do. Bear with me. I did not mean to refresh chat. It's okay. Sheild Nuzlocke, and we're gonna switch. I need to just pull my keyboard out. Okay. Oh shit! You know what? I had a problem with this the last time. Why is politics coming up? Because they want you to do Pokemon with the fancy E. And I don't actually know how to make that, like, natively, like, show up on a keyboard. Give me just a moment, we're having some difficulties. Oh, and please, for the love of God, if my audio is so off balance like that, like if I'm that quiet and all of the music and stuff is like drowning me out, God, let me know. Oh, why Oh yeah. Just give me the fancy letter. Pokemon Shield? No? Oh, I misspelled shield again. At least I can laugh at myself. Okay. With that updated. Okay. We're gonna pause the music. As soon as I figure out which tab the music's coming from, there it is. And I gotta launch this. Three years later. Oh! It helps to have everything properly plugged in. Initializing. Detecting signal, and we're good. I was really worried there it was going to tell me that no, we're not good. Why is it not showing up on my overlay? Oh, Elgato, how you make me want to shoot myself in the foot. There we go. There we go. Okay. Now we're good. Okay, now we can continue. And last time we lost Louisa. No, rest in peace, Louisa. But I got a gym badge, so that's fine. So I have since decided that we're gonna bring Gabriella with us, and then we also have Valentine, Eric, Saul, Leandro, and Neil. So we got a little team, and we should probably go raise some levels on those team on the team. Because Gabriella sure isn't at the par, but like, anyways, we're just gonna go do some raids. Out around the wild area, get some candy, so that I hopefully will not lose another Pokemon quite like that. I'm not gonna lie though, that Eldegoss hit like a truck. I know I keep saying it, but like, we're gonna a little tool. I actually have no idea what Valentine's moves are right now. I don't remember. We're gonna find out. And as a quick reminder, I'm doing this a little unconventionally because instead of doing the first Pokemon on each route, I am allowing myself to choose the Pokemon that I get from each route because I just prefer it that way, to be perfectly honest with you. And I am allowing myself one, like, Dynamax Raid Den Pokemon. Really because I just want to Corviknight. But that's a later thing. Decided I'm only allowed one Pokemon per route. I have to nickname them, and of course, if they faint, they go to the graveyard. They get to join Louisa. quite like this. And I don't know if it's translating quite onto camera, but I'm getting these like it's almost straight out of the shower for like the first day. There's these perfect like ringlets, but the minute that the wind blows wrong, they like turn into like waves. I'm trying to figure out one, how to make them last longer and how to make them look like not frizzy. But like, you know, like last more than a day. So if anyone has any advice on how to handle curly hair, please let me know. Oh, deja vu. Just like side cutouts? Okay. It's a choice. Oh, the shoulder cutouts. Okay. Is that the style that I would have never paid attention to these things. Kind of like fell asleep on the Dynamax. Everybody's seen the Pokemon like 30th logos by now. I was awake when those dropped the other night. This morning? Yeah, this morning. At like 3 AM when I started like Joe posted them, and I was like, hey, I love that they seem to be like analyzing the accounts in some way, shape, or form before they like send like a Pokemon thumbnail, like, you know, the 30th logo. Because on my personal account, I got a Scolipede, and then on my like main account, there's like a Toxtricity, and then a Gengar because I tried again. But it's kind of neat because it does sort of show that they are somehow analyzing the account. Because I know that, like, I also know Joe Merrick, the guy that runs Cerebi, he got Celebi, and that was cute as hell. And a lot of people, like, I saw like Litten propaganda, got the Litten, you know, big surprise. Just like cute shit like that. And I really love this campaign. They're like, you know, every Pokemon is somebody's favorite, and that's really cool. And I kind of hope we'll see more merchandise from that, because Scolipede doesn't get a whole lot of merchandise, if I'm being like so honest. My other favorite, Gengar, gets like a shit ton. Scolipede gets like nothing. Like Scolipede's got like, I think it's 2 plush from the same line, and then the Sitting Cutie. I know there's a Zukan figure that I have not sprang them, but why did I do this? Nobody's here. Does he run him a fucking mouth? There's like a Zukan line figure, and if you guys don't know what that is, it's like a, they're like these, I can't remember what the scale is, but they're these itty bitty little figures. Like, I know the Zukan's like that big. It's like maybe an inch. But they're these really cool little scale figures, but they're pricey at release, and I don't know if they're even still being made. But I know in like 2015, 16, when I was collecting big time, they were definitely still around and selling pretty well. But even knew they were kind of pricey because I needed the like really nice scale figures and things. Amount of detail. I knew they're expensive. I cannot imagine what the cost of these Philippine refund figures would be today. And I don't want to find out. I mean, unless it's like close to MSRP. But like, still, if he gets so little merch, and I would love to see him get a little more, because like I could walk on Walmart and get like a Gengar. I did that the other month. There's a little Gengar keychain thing that's hanging from my like rear view mirror in my car now. But still neat, even if I go to like my like, we have like a guy in town who imports a lot of Pokemon merch from Japan. He's really cool. And even if I go there, I'd be lucky to find Skull of Beef merch. Definitely find fair bit of it. Maybe I'm not gonna find Skull of Beef. But it'd be kind of neat to see if like you can get kind of get bike? I don't remember how I got bike. Again, I should know this. I played this game 3 times over. Right after it released. But I don't. Yeah, I got nothing. Hello. Little guy on my heels. That's a lot of noise all at once. Actually, yeah. That's fine. That's a good Pokemon for now. We're paying attention this time. Kind of. Why does that little triangle have 5 notifications next to it? Am I dropping? Oh god, yeah, I guess I should have mentioned that beforehand. This stream may not be the most smooth today. Nice to our internet connection right now. Close it. Here. I hope we got it. But, yeah, we have a sort of a wind advisory. Whenever we get a wind advisory like that, I feel like everything just goes to crap for some reason. The internet, we've had power outages things happen, so if I suddenly cut, check Twitter. They suddenly like cut out and I don't come back yet, check Twitter. That's power probably went out. Not the internet did, but usually it doesn't go out during these. Usually it just kind of gets a little spicy, gets a little dicey, gets a little interesting. Although I will admit, Friday, when I was supposed to stream Friday, that is kind of what happened Friday. The internet went out. Now it didn't appear to be weather related. I think it was just a weird internet outage, but I'm sure as hell I didn't have it, and I didn't have it, like, until, like, 5 in the morning. I was, like, getting ready to go to bed, and I'm like, yeah, fuck it, I guess I'm just not getting internet. And then, of course, as soon as I'm trying to go to sleep without my sounds, and, you know, because I typically play, like, this, it's like a 8-hour, 9-hour long video of, like, Dragon's Head Island from Tears of the Kingdom with like storm sounds and all of that, and it's nice, and it blocks out my dad in the fucking living room because man is he loud. I'm trying to sleep without it, and then all of a sudden everything comes back and greets me all at once. My lights are connected to the Alexa. I had to manually turn them all off, and they came back on. It's like, hey, we're connected, and I'm like, okay, cool. Oh yeah, you know what? But yeah, all night Friday, the Friday stream was actually derailed because of internet loss. Not to say the tree pollen wasn't also destroyed. Gotta love that tree sperm. I love the like pink ring around this ghastly. That's cool. I don't think I've ever seen a ghastly in like a Dynamax raid. I really like that. that a Reaper? I can't catch it. I can never remember what's effective against dark types, and I should probably start remembering. I've only got my type chart like half memorized. You know what I ought to do? I ought to pay for like Nintendo Online for this profile just so that I can invite you guys to these group efforts. Sneak out a few shinies on down the road. It'd be fun. I keep forgetting. I keep forgetting that this is the hoodie that has Leon on the back of it. It's so bad. It's just, I do forget. It is a whooper. Look at the boy! Shrouded by the grass. Look at the boy! Okay. Okay. If it's not clear, I in fact do like whoopers. Oh, my scorpion's out. I think I'd show y'all, but I'm not really sure. She's probably hungry. I need to go tomorrow and get crickets. I've been having an issue getting them from my bugs because, with all the cold, it's been kind of hard to ship them, and I guess some of them just haven't been coming alive, so the place that I typically go to get them, the supply has been a little hit or miss. So I've considered just not right now, since we're kind of coming out of it now. Switch Pokemon. Bird. Wait, no. 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 Yeah, I think just for fun. Just because he's not at a type disadvantage. What was I saying? No, yeah. Just, the crickets haven't been making it to the storefront live. So the bugs are fortunately kind of sturdy. So we can go without food, but I think it's been a little too long. So if this place, if my normal place doesn't have crickets anymore, I think I need to go, find something somewhere else. I just can't go to PetSmart. Not PetSmart, it's disease-riddled crickets. PetSmart crickets come with an unfortunate number of my inverts, my buggies. So we can't do that. No PetSmart crickets. little bit. I also don't remember at what level Gabriella down there evolves. Ooh, I got mediums. I know who I'm using it on. Okay. Got Tackle. If we aim for like 25, does that feel safe? Oof, gonna need a lot more candy to do 25. Also, just totally like mashed through A. How many do I have? 18. Okay, well we saw what 5 did, and that wasn't a lot. Okay. I'm gonna need a lot more of those. Okay. Going further this way, I guess. Oh, neat. Damn, I missed my bike. Going around this place on foot is painful after having my bike. Oof. Slow and steady. New area though, new Pokemon. No, don't. Don't charge me, please. Oh, Stunky or Gloom. Also good options. Stunky's not bad though. My sibling used to have one when we were like children during the like Diamond and Pearl era, and that thing was a menace. Got my options, I think. I think we'll get a Stunky. Again, Leon's face just, hey! Oh. Whoa, Stunkies. Way higher level. What level can I catch up to at this point, actually? Well, actually, doesn't it tell me? Yeah, okay. Hopefully. Yeah, okay, I'm safe. That's a later problem. Okay, where's that? I'm out of bounds. Where I probably shouldn't be. So. Okay. I think? No. I can't remember, is this dual type, or? Yeah, I would not. I think I have that backwards anyways. Knees hurt. All of this pressure change is doing terrible things to my joints. I sound like I'm 30. Meanwhile, I'm about to be. At least it's not my age, I guess. Talking about Pokemon. Which, I mean, let's be real, it's a way more fun way to live than you're 30 anyways. See what I think is Bender dancing around. Oh, that's a show I haven't seen in a long time. I used to have a roommate that, Futurama. Rewatching Futurama was just like an annual thing. And, yeah, it was fun. Haven't thought about Hypnotoad in a long time. And there's one less murderous thing there. Okay, and I think now more dens. Look at that, like magic. That's a fancy beam. I want that beam. I want that den. Oh, my little legs won't take any faster. Just Pikmin Bloom telling me I didn't take my walk today. Okay, what you got? Oh, that's full! Too bad I can't keep that. Let's see. Ooh. Should probably familiarize myself with my team's moves. Or, you know, the rest of my options. No, okay. Poor bed frame. So if anybody isn't familiar, I do have my desk slammed right up against my bed. This is quite literally a pillow. Because one of the things with pods is that I can be sitting here, I can be vibing, and then I can pass out. Just for no particular reason. It's not very common for me. I'm kind of lucky in that capacity. I grew up doing a lot of swimming, so my lungs are really strong, so I don't really, so even when I do have those dips all over the place, it's just to lose enough oxygen to really pass out. But in the event that does happen, it is sort of better for me to be here instead of in a desk. Instead of throwing my head forward, I just kind of have, if I can get myself moving in the direction towards the pillow, I'm safer. But the only problem with that is that there is desk, bed, and wall. Okay, so with that in mind, I have to sort of crawl into bed from the end. So, and that is put strain on this poor cheap-ass, like, bed frame. It is not the most amazing bed frame. The leg at the back side is kind of tilting in, and I've tried to tighten the screws down on both ends, and it's just not. They're not really. They're in, but they're not really holding anymore. So every time I make like a weird motion or get in and out of this bed, I just, you know, it's the I'm in danger. Every time. And I'm waiting for it to go terrible, and then also I'm just waiting for it. I'm counting on it being while I'm on stream. Because of course when I'm on stream, it seems to be when I'm doing the most like quick movement. I'm not thinking about it. So yeah, if my bed frame breaks out from underneath me one of these days on stream, you guys were warned, okay? Warned. Well ahead of time, probably. I'm smaller than you. Good. Oh, that's good. The strongest survey. I don't actually know if I'm gonna get this one at this level or not. Okay, I already said at the beginning, like, raid faints don't count, we know that. Those later raids, you're gonna faint. It's just sort of an inevitability. These are just set up so that you don't succeed. That was insane. Yeah, okay. Did not see that coming. Everything else I've just been kind of breezing through. Okay, maybe we'll come back to that one later. I'm just kicked out of a raid by a brat having a tantrum. I already forgot what it was. What am I facing again? Oh yeah, that's fine. Keep a tarantula so bad. My dad is not for it, honestly. I can keep jumping spiders. Jumping spiders, he's like, yeah, that's fine. That's fine. He doesn't seem to care about the scorpion, which just doesn't make any sense to me at all. But the tarantula, no. Even if I get like a little one, or like one that like grows really slow, he's just like, nope. No, I don't want it. Which is a shame. I just like, there's so many cute little ones that I wouldn't mind. Like Trinidad dwarfs, they've got these little like orange hearts on their abdomens. It's really cute. Just got like, you know, they got like a little tramp stamp, a heart on their ass. It's really cute. Or like the two Peladonias, the Brazilian jewels are gorgeous. Now, I don't think I'll ever. Even if I could have tarantulas, I don't think I'd have that one just because it's such a costly species, but it is for a good reason. Absolutely stunning little things. But, no. I can't even keep like a little one. So I just have to live vicariously through friends of mine that like have tarantulas online. Ooh, what was that? Oh, crabby. Duh. I'll just stop to play Who's That Pokemon, apparently. Okay. Actually, let me just go. Nothing like shrimping. Oh my god, that reminds me. So, the last time I was in Chicago, I got excited because Chicago's a dice. And if you don't know what Daiso is like this, it's like, I won't say it's like quite the Japanese equivalent to like a Dollar Tree, but it is pretty much like, it is relatively affordable, like little knickknacks from Japan. They're really cool place, like home goods type store, miscellaneous junk. It is just a wonderful little store. If you're ever in the area, I honestly suggest you go. You buy like snacks and stuff like that. It's kind of, if we're being perfectly honest, the quality is closer to like that of a Five Below than a Dollar Tree. Plus a really helpful little like knickknacks and stuff like that you can find. But while we were there, my daughter, she's 6, and she found there this goofy, this shrimp. It's this tiny shrimp that it doesn't even quite have all of its legs. And she found this little plush shrimp and told me she wanted the shrimp, and I was like, okay, that's fine. I'll get you the shrimp. Best $5 I've ever spent. She carries them around everywhere and calls them Shrimpy. But what I didn't notice about Shrimpy is that I didn't realize until we got back because I wasn't reading the tag, and I was digging through my bag where I cut it off and just kind of stuck it in there, not thinking about it. I was going through trying to find, like, I think like a candy or something like that, because that's what I do. I just buy little treats. So I was trying to find a candy, and I found a tag. It's a dog toy. I did not realize that it was a dog toy, and I thought it was really funny because on the ride back, she kept sticking him in my face and telling me Shrimpy was biting me and going so what I would do is I would bite back. So, and in all of that, I didn't find out Shrimpy had a squeaker. So this little shrimp just just casually has a little squeaker. It is the world's tiniest squeaker. It's like this big, and the shrimp is like that wide and that long. So like it's one of those like you have to go looking for it, and it kind of barely works. But yeah, Shrimpy squeaks. So now when I have to bite Shrimpy back, I try to find the squeaker and make him make like noises. She hasn't figured out quite how to consistently make him do the squeak yet. But I think it's pretty funny. So it adds to the drama of the moment. But yeah, so he's just got this goofy ass looking like missing most of his legs shrimp. We'll pretend it's like the baby shrimp from like what's the Shark Tale, I think is the movie. But my sister had a baby, but he's shy, and I have a baby, and he's missing most of the sides of his legs, but he's doing really well. So we pretend it's that silly little. Oh, I love the thing. It's so silly. She brings it up and shows it to me. I love it. She's just taken to this like goofy ass, like this shrimp dog. Best 5% percent. She sleeps with him and everything. It's her shrimpy. Mash the A button, you know how it is. Okay. There's a bunch more of those. Not really a quick way to get over there. Through the grass. Timber. Apparently a notification and okay, that is another weird bit of lore. I don't know what it is that Watch is doing, but every once in a while I get like a vibration from my watch, and then I'll look at it, and it just kind of looks like something white is exploding on the screen, like a star exploding or something, and there's no other context, and then it just continues on. I don't know what it's supposed to mean. It just kind of does it. And It's just like, just... No, I don't even have a frequency for you. Jesus. What's all that? But yeah, my watch just decides to show me a weird little animation of some sort of explosion every once in a while. I don't... You know, realizing I've never actually tried to Google it. And now I'm gonna see what comes up from that Google search. Apple Watch explosion. Oh, okay, this is a Google Watch explosion animation. Oh, there's a Reddit thread for this. Perfect. Oh. Try placing the top of your iPhone on your watch. It'll replicate. That doesn't help me at all. What? Nobody seems to know. There was someone suggesting that it was like the activity ring buzzing, but I've seen that. I know what that looks like. It's not what that is. There's not an answer. So it's just something that seems to happen with no explanation whatsoever. That's really bizarre. I don't know, maybe I'll look more into that afterwards, after stream, but like, I have more questions than answers, actually. So, it was a weird rabbit hole. Oh, they call me. Cute. Bondsley. Just rock, right? I think it's just rock. Yeah. It just kind of looked like a Michaels rough on it. I got like ribbon and like a zipper. I got the feet from my sewing machine over here, making cute little plushy things. 3D printing stuff. I got 3D printing central over here. All of the bug hides and stuff like that I've been testing. Been testing out some hides and stuff like that, and some tools, so that I can put them on a nice little website and sell some bug supplies to some buggy people. And that's a mess that exists in that corner. I got dye. I got a bottle of dye over there. I want to dye a dress. I still haven't gotten around to it. God. Lantern, there's a bag of candy. Just, like Apple Pen is thrown into that nonsense. I got chocolate over here. It's a mess. Why would I out myself like that? That settled it wrong. If anything else happened over the past week, but I've just kind of been kind of through it, so not really. So I guess you guys are just watching me in my natural habitat now. About the death painting beetles is that they try to climb the sides of the tank and it makes a little squeaking noise when it does. Of course, like as soon as I hold the mic up to it, he's like, no, I'm not gonna try to climb the side of the tank. I've ever looked at the moveset for these guys, but they're kind of weird. What? I guess, I don't know, it just feels like such an unexpected move from this guy. I doubt he'll keep it for long, but... Oh! I'm not gonna lie, I don't actually know if these guys are just, like, standard level evolution or what. I wasn't expecting that so soon. I'm not mad. I just, wasn't expecting it. I don't actually know how to evolve the Lion either. I would assume that that was standard level up. Let's see. 35 or higher during nighttime is when this evolves into Obstagoon, which is great because I basically only play at night, so that works in my in my favor. Wait, no, I mean I didn't mean to do that, but that's fine. You don't need rest. Nobody needs rest, come on. Oof. Okay. I'm gonna be here for a minute. Okay. For now, I think. Whoop. Oh, where did the Toxel? Did it? It's midnight. It's 12. Let me try to remember how to navigate this map. Hello. I was thinking Leandra could probably take it now, but oh well. Usually though, I thought it would still keep the special grade gun. At least one of them will regenerate as one, but I guess not. Isn't like unwatchable. 23 instances of skipped frames. Holy fuck. Damn. How did I get 105% skipped frame? Okay, okay. Let me know if this is like totally unwatchable. It might just be that my internet's just not going to the extreme again. Hopefully it's not too terribly bad. It does seem like it kind of is only like terribly bad for like parts a little bit at a time, but I can kind of see I'm just over here doing weird shit like trying to test the latency. Excuse me. Oh, it's gonna make us walk with our stubby little legs. Yay. Here's my bike. dinosaur really just, to me, they really remind me of that like, the older, the like second Pokemon Ranger game. Makes me happy. I miss those games. I would really kill for them to bring back Ranger games, because those were so much fun. During my medal rally, I'll probably end up playing one because we will end up needing the Manaphy egg, and that seems like kind of a fun way. Oh, that is not the Pokemon I wanted to send to that. Oh, okay, it's fine. But no, it seems like a fun way to get a Manaphy egg. Is it? It's not really a good way to go about that. So, Pokemon Ranger will probably, in probably some sort of weird, unorthodox way. Because I've always wanted to play Pokemon Ranger, specifically when I get like nice acrylic nails done, because I always get them in the stiletto shape, which is the pointed. So when I have those, I really use it as a stylus. I always thought it would be really fun to play through one of the Ranger games with my nails like that. And just kind of go at it. So I don't know. Maybe we will, maybe we won't. We'll see. If I do that, that'll probably be that with multiple angles. You probably get game capture and the camera down while I'm going. But, well, let's see what I end up doing. There's also, you have to use acrylics throughout the whole thing, and that would probably have to be done. Yeah, within like 2-3 weeks. So, which is very doable, but still. One of those things. Oh, see, now it's back. It's all the way over there. It's gonna make me walk all the way over there, but it's there. Oh, what's a little guy? I'm gonna send a bird after him. It's friendship. It doesn't sound friendship, but I promise it's friendship. Not in this stage, though. Man, that's a noise. That sounds nothing like it to me. I'm really excited for Pokeria. I keep seeing all of the stuff from, why can't I remember what the event was? Everything and, I mean, it looked cute before, but I guess it's just massive. But I do need my taxes to come back. I'm playing this Free Guys off of just a standard Switch. Not even like a one of the ones that they came out with like later with the upgraded battery. It's not an OLED, it's a standard Switch. I've had it since the like early days of Switch. It's been through the ringer. Despite that though, it is pretty good shape. It's just you know, it's not gonna run Cocopia. Or Tomodachi Life 2. You know, the cute things that are coming out. And probably, of course, we're probably gonna get like Gen 10 at least announced this year. So, we gotta gear up for that. But $500 is $500. So I gotta wait for taxes to come back, and then they're not coming back as quick as I would like them to be. So, maybe like any day now, but now that it's like late February. Switch 2. Maybe I'll open it on stream. Maybe we can all ooh and ah it together. Fun. Then I'm thinking also maybe I'm wrong because I don't want y'all to get my information and data transfer, so maybe not. We'll find out. We'll do some research. The map on my stubby little legs. No funny ideas. I get nervous every time they get that little exclamation mark up above their head, because it's just like please don't charge at me. Seeing a lot of this bird. Not expecting that to be the heaviest hitter in Dynamax. every time I stream, my computer, my little laptop, always starts complaining about storage space. That's an interesting trend, because it shouldn't be recording this. And it's always like 2 hours in, for some reason. It should be any problem. Something I don't understand about this. There's probably something I don't understand about this. You know, I actually just noticed Playground's got like a trend of using bright fuchsia to show you that this thing is like kind of dangerous. Wait, excuse me. I'm getting yet another. Why is it giving me a recording error? There shouldn't be a recording. Anyways, yeah, you know, Pokemon's got like a trend of using like bright fuchsia to be like, hey, this thing's kind of like powerful and dangerous. You sure you want to touch it? Oh, this little guy. Which Pokemon? I can never remember. If it's still, I think it's that it's still weak to dark types. We're gonna find out. See if memory serves me right. That's the little think I might just move forward with some story elements because I do have to be off at like 1. So I'm just gonna distribute something. So I'd like to say we did something today. Actually, maybe could possibly be. Okay. Wait, how is Valentine? Hanging on for dear life there. Oh. Hey. Hey, we get a Gyarados. Good. Okay. I really thought that was going to be later on in that. For some reason, I really thought that was going to need to be a higher level. Alright. What do we have? It's not bad. Actually, not bad at all. What do you have? Hold on. This could be useful if anything I've had could learn it. But you can learn Shadow Ball? That feels like a weird... That's a weird pull. I mean, for now, it's sort of a better option. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, I just did this, but like... I think we're gonna do that. Tweak some moves. I think that's good. That's good for now. And we still got... Wait, how many I got? So... do like 2 here. And then use the last 3 on Gabriella. The Gyarados is the only girl in the party. There's just a bunch of guys, and then my female Gyarados. Okay. cute. Okay. Where am I going? Yuck. Alright, we got like 20 minutes to do something other than grind. Station. Okay, what's going on with Wedgehurst Station? Because I keep getting that like pop up, and I gotta remember where the fuck Wedgehurst Station is. Okay, Wedgehurst. I kind of remember. This is the DLC stuff. Yeah. I don't have to battle anybody, right? Naturally, I have made all the proper preparations, which you can observe with unclouded eyes. I remember hating this guy. Please allow me to check your pass. Oh, yeah, that's right. I get him. Happy little slowpoke. To meet a slowpoke, such a thing is simply elegant. Uh-oh, looks like another one's gotten on the train and ridden over from the Isle of Armor. He's so cute. You're a Pokemon trainer, right? Yeah, if Slowpoke blocks the ticket gate, it'll cause trouble for other customers. Slowpoke are actually pretty heavy, so you think you could catch it for me? And yes. I can keep this one, right? This counts as is the only Pokemon out of our area, right? Right? There's promotion, friendship. It's like, I feel like Slowpoke is another one of those, like, Pokemon that I want to know what it's like to hold it. Because I feel like they'd be kind of, like, soft and squishy. Along with, like, Wurmple, like, I really want to know what it's like to hold a Wurmple. Just big caterpillar, squishy dude, right? Like, you would think? Oh, did I accidentally? I forgot to name it. It's fine. We'll run by Pokemon Center and skin them. Well, okay, no, you know what? I'll stick them in the boxes for now, and then whenever we get around, if I ever end up switching out from, then we'll nickname them. Thanks much. Slowpoke can be big trouble to move sometimes. How interesting. I must say, your catching style was quite simply elegant. We apologize for the wait. We have checked your armor pass. All aboard the train to the Isle of Armor. Mind your step when boarding. Please be aware that there will be a connection along the way. Understood. I'm headed to an island called the Isle of Armor. I heard it's a place where one can catch rare Pokemon and do lots of training. Perhaps we shall meet again sometime. Well then, please excuse me. I feel like I need to voice him closer to that of, like, the headmaster, or what's his face from, like, Spy Family. Just screams simply elegant! I haven't thought about that anime in a hot minute. It just had a season, I think. Ooh, no, that is right. I do need to go back to Turffield. believe we can just move on from here. Yeah, fine, Titan. How much of my team can be taken out by electric types and insane. Everything here is level 18. I probably did need to switch out. But it's fine, I haven't used Gabrielle and I'm ready to use Gabrielle. That was a cool, I like the colors. Whoa. Oi! Just hand over that bike already. We needed to cross this long bridge. We're gonna use that bike to chase around gym challengers. It'll be a scream. How barbaric. It wouldn't work anyway. You don't even have a Roton with you. Hey, young gym challenger. They're trying to steal my bike. Please, if you could give them a good thrashing, it would be in your debt. I look like I'm one of them. Oh, the colors match. It's fine, I can be part of the Marnie fan club while still crushing her. She's just a cute little thing, but... Oh, wait, we're not trying to steal the bike, only borrow it. We're gonna use it to chase after gym challengers and make them all tired. But I'm thinking you deserve a special shout out. I'm gonna crush you in battle. I do look like I just gotta fit in. Strange judgment on that guy's part, to be honest. But, like, I need it for words. And it's indicated, because I am better. What a choice. That's a bunch of it. Or, you know, my I don't even remember the little guy's name. The little black and white guy. It's like that thing. Team Yell, we get up in the faces of trainers. Okay. God, you crushed my attempt to crush you. Why you? I want that bike. Don't get in my way. Respect me more if you can't spit properly, but mind your shirt, you're everything. Oh, yeah. Wait. Ooh, that wasn't second. Too distracted by that bike. Otherwise, there's no way I'd lose to a yellow. Is it? Belly like you. I don't know how they want you to pronounce that. You're too strong. If you stay in the gym challenge, you're gonna cause problems for Our Lady. You haven't seen The Last of Us. We're gonna make sure you stay out of Our Lady's way. With giant safety pins on their back? My word, you're quite the trainer. And I see you have a Pokédex too. That means you have a Rotom with you. Fantastic. I think I'll give this bike to you then. Better you have it than Team Yell. Yes. Thank God, I have a bike. Now you know that Rotom love motors very, very much, right? Enough to jump right into machines that have motors. So that got me thinking, if I attached a motor to a bicycle, then maybe I could get a Rotom to pop into that as well. Let's see. Come now, give it a shot. Enjoy cycling together with Rotom to the fullest. Chop chop now, come on. You and Rotom ride that bicycle together. I thought it said so. I'll read the manual. Oh, I'm not gonna read it. I know how it works. Ooh, there's a thing. I was complaining about not having a bike the whole time, and then the minute that I had the bike, I was like, look at that thing! I forgot it actually shows you the view from up here. That's cool. See Hammerlock off in the distance. There you are, Sky. I'm warning you though, any closer than that, we're gonna have a battle, you and me. I warned you, we're both gym challengers who've earned ourselves a grass badge. This is the perfect training. No, it's fine. It's not Nimona, so... Nimona drives me crazy. I feel like she's like a junkie with dose, you know? She scares me a little bit. I have a friend who like really adores her, and I'm like, she's the only character in the game that is getting like character growth. How? She's kind of there. In the face every time. She gets this city, but she's there. She's there, and she's there. says that every time. He always says something about how I've mastered myself, but he's been saying that since the first battle. Ooh, what's my name? Sucker Punch. Okay, okay. We both got ourselves the same grass badge, so how come you're so much stronger? Oh! My bud you is gonna evolve! Valentine's gonna have roses! I've been waiting for this. Yay. Maybe? Yes, I think. I think as a burst, versus a stun spoiler. It's a better move. You've gotten strong, Sky. Seems I've got to train even harder from now on. Thanks, I'm gonna sell that. Next up is Nessa, the leader of the water gym. Hopefully I don't lose a Pokemon on that one. Cool. That'll be lost. Yes, I can. I haven't caught him. No, because I know I can also catch Aspen on this route. Maybe that's what I'll do. That'll be like, okay, we can get back on the other side of the stage. That would probably be how I close this. I could have avoided that, and instead I ran into its backside for like a minute, and then waltzed out in front of it anyway. This is not a tight matchup. I like my bird. Dude named Neil. Yeah, I do like that. That animation for Throat Chop is really cool. Oh, I had that backwards. Okay, well hopefully it doesn't use a fairy type move. But it's also fine, because Throat Chop seemed to do just fine. Yeah, occasionally I get my type matchup backwards. I think the other side is safer. I just don't want to deal with it right now. Oops. Apple only shows up and non-visible, the shaky patches. Yeah. What are the rules on Kata in the Nuzlocke? Because, like, I mean, it evolves into 2 Pokemon. Maybe. I think I want an apple now. I'd say it evolves into 2 Pokemon, but we all know the challenge is really good. The worthwhile one. I don't remember what the chances are of Evan showing up on this route. So if I don't find one by like 110, we can pick back up the next time. I wonder how Hop feels about me sporting a jacket with his older brother's face on the back of it. So funny. It's just like slowing down. Get a little frisky. Hey! Okay. Little guy. I really love the play on words with this Pokemon, and I kind of realized that a lot of people didn't realize that this was sort of a play on words Pokemon. It's a worm, right? Because the Pokemon is not the apple, it's the little creature inside of it. But a worm, W-R-Y-M, is also a name for a particular type of European dragon. And I don't think a lot of people realized that that was the case for this little guy when he came out, and I had to explain it to a lot of people. But I think it's really cute, I think it's fun. Okay, we're gonna nickname the little fella. I gotta find my little... Actually. Worm. That's how you spell it, if you wanna Google it. We're gonna stick him in a box and leave it ever need him. That is where we end gameplay today, folks. My back hurts, and I need to do some stuff before my dad gets home. I have adult responsibilities, unfortunately. With that, I bid everybody good night. Thank you for joining me.